all of these different things I can do. And like each one of these has, in this case, I'm going to send an email. I could send them a text right now. Hey, we should jump on a call. I could send something over to Slack. That's like internal organization. I can set it up to call them. I can drop a voicemail on them. I can go via Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business. All these things could be automatically set up. Okay, say I don't have all these things. I can do it via webhook or through a Zapier to do a million things. And then it's got this really cool, all the internal stuff's really neat. If else, that's what you're seeing these. This is an if else bracket. If you have certain goals that you want to hit, all this stuff is, oh, I could have do a workflow with ChatGPT. I have a whole appointment booking set up, right? I can all kinds of appointment status things. I can create opportunities like you guys saw. Like these folks, they end up, this person's now an opportunity. They've gotten further and now they're in the prospect research now. So things like that that are like just really advanced that we can do. But right now, if I wanted to, I could just go right here and I could say, oh, I'm going to send an email. I can put a name, I can go down here, I can type an email, or I could just very easily, I can go and I can select a template from one of the many different pre-built ones that I already have. So if I want to send them, oh, I want to send them the business builder for a certain thing. So say you have clients and you talk to them on the phone and now you want to send them some different information. You can have certain templates set up that you can actually send them based off of, oh, I want to send them the benefits versus features one. Oh, I want to send them the one about branding. And the cool thing is that we set these up. You can do them like this, where it's going bulk. You can have an individual, right? I can take a single person and run them down a funnel like this and have it do all kinds of cool stuff. So an example would be if I'm using Lead Lightning and I'm the air condition guy, and somebody goes to the carrier air condition page, and I have a pixel on there that says that they went to the carrier air condition page, I can have it drop them in here, right? The trigger would be that they visited the page, the carrier air conditioner page. It would tag them. I'd always put a tag in, right? Tag them that they looked at carrier air conditioners, and then this email could be specific about carrier air conditioners. That's how granular we can get with the data. And at the simultaneously, I can have them be added into a general nurture campaign that might send them an email every week or maybe your monthly newsletter. So now you're not just taking these people. So maybe you didn't want to be that overt and creepy, like my creepy message. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty overt. Okay. Maybe you wanted to be a little more subtle. Now it's maybe at the end of the week, you send them your weekly roundup about all the customers that left you good reviews. Wouldn't that be cool? I went to your site this week. I don't even know you have my information. And then all of a sudden on Friday, you send out an email that says that, hey, we got 3 5-star reviews this week. Do you think that's going to help nurture me and make me from a cold lead to a warm lead on your business?
I would think so.
And then monthly, right? You got your monthly newsletter that you send out. And so now you're warming these people up when they go to make a decision about what air conditioning place they're going to buy from. Who are they going to buy from? They're going to buy from the people that are actually have been building a relationship with them. They might have visited 100 sites, but if those 100 sites didn't get their information and you did, guess what? You're a leg up. Or you can be straight up overt and you can reach out, you can call them, you can text them. And Jimmy, what's your favorite one that you've been doing a ton of work with our clients on?
I believe Postcards.
There it is. Come
Yeah,
on, that
sorry.
wasn't a setup. Yeah. So tell us about that real quick.
But basically, along with all of this automation that we just started talking about, when it comes in from Lead Lightning, it's going to add a tag and it's going to automatically mail either a 4x6 or 5x7 postcard that of course you got to get built and designed and all that stuff, but it doesn't have to be a bulk postcard. It's a one-off, so that one customer that looked at that one train HVAC system would get a postcard all about that train and all your phone numbers and emails and all that stuff to get back to you. But at the end of the day, it's a whole nother touch point that is automated. It's amazing. It's all, and that postcard's like under $1. It's awesome.
Yeah, use case, once you have the information, just think about what you can do. That could be your first shot across the bow. You could, if you got a brochure, you could send them anything you want. But we have just a really cool, Jimmy's got the slickest automation, pops on a postcard. And now you're actually communicating with them, and maybe you have an offer, right? They looked at the train or carrier page, and you have a special promotion you're running, and it all of a sudden they did the research, they're looking at that product, and all of a sudden in the mail it shows up and it's,
Whoa.
wow, that's really weird. Hey, honey,
Yeah,
we
we
have
should call him
500 bucks off the train. Oh, and it's from that one company I liked when I looked at them.
Yep.
The email on Friday.
And then another cool part, Jonathan, that I didn't think I told you, is once the deal is done, they purchase the air conditioning. I can send them a box of brownies or a wine opener, about 150 different personalized thank you things, all through automation, and it's just done.
And what's the goal of that, Jimmy? Why would I do that?
Lifetime value and referrals and
So wait, hold on. I
referrals.
can automate, I can use this same system. You're telling me I can use the same system. I can get an anonymous website visitor. I can nurture them and communicate to them and build a relationship. I can directly sell to them. And then you're telling me after I sell to them, let's start, they order it. I can actually schedule my technician and book the appointment for installation. I can get them to pay for it all inside the system. If I'm in here and I go back, I can get them to pay for stuff. I can follow them right all along in my pipeline stages. I can be tracking what they're doing and where they're going and moving them. But now you're telling me they bought it, and now, right, aren't you done with the customer after they buy?
No,
No. So
no.
then we're going to send them this. We're going to go in, we're going to go to the reputation tab, and we're going to say, hey, why don't you rate us? Okay. And I can get my stars, and then I can use that same thing, and I'm going to get them to give me a testimonial, and I can use that to put it on my website, and I can market that. But then, like Jimmy said, right, a week after they've had their air conditioning unit, right after it was like 100 degrees outside, and they were sweating on their backs. Now it's like they're freezing and wearing sweatshirts in their house. You send them this nice fresh brownies, and you say, hey, can you do me a favor and give me 3 of your friends that you think might be a good fit? Or even better, if I know I just sold to somebody in a neighborhood because their air conditioner finally died, guess what usually happens in that neighborhood? Everybody else's air conditioners usually start to die because they're all bought at the same time. They build houses in treks. And so now I can say, hey, why don't you refer me to your neighbor and I'll give you something extra. And if you know that the value of that customer and you're willing to do something in the first place, if you're willing to give them 500 bucks, are you willing to give them 250 and their neighbor 250? So what Jimmy's talking about is this thing becomes forever, right? And you can get them to refer friends, you can get them to give you testimonials, all inside of the same system. And that's the magic of it for
I've
business.
got one more to tell you about tied to my postcards. So we know our staff is supposed to go do one, what do we call it? One flyer to the right, one flyer to
3
the
doors
left.
right, 3 doors left, Jimmy.
Correct.
So hold on, let me explain that one real quick. So if you're a home service business and you go to people's homes and do work, right? If I'm the air conditioner guy and I'm putting an air conditioner in 121, I better be going to 119 and 117 and 115 that way, and do the math, go the other way, and put a flyer out. That's a basic strategy that your technicians should absolutely be required to do. So tell me about that, Jim.
All right, so a lot of our technicians are lazy. They don't want to do it, or they got to get to the next job. They're behind, so they don't do it. Hands down, it's a break in the system. So our system will allow it to automatically send 5 postcards directly. Instead of 3, it's 5 each way. And because it has that address and we automate it, it just does it for them, and they can forget about the staff doing their job. It's just,
So it's, hey, the Smiths just had their air conditioning unit replaced and they're really happy. How about you guys get yours replaced too? Because you're probably having the same problems and symptoms they are. And it can be automatic and that specific. The postcard can literally be like the Smiths at 121 got their air conditioning unit done. Yours probably could at the very least use a service. And it can be that specific and personalized.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So that was something I've been working on, trying to get all that automation connected. And we did, and it is again beautiful.
So, I mean, tons and tons and tons that you can do in here. And it all starts with lead lightning. And if you're not familiar, Marketing Made Easy actually takes lead lightning. So I'll give the nickel overview. The actually I'm gonna get the fastest way. I'm gonna click here, which is gonna take me over to the actual page to purchase. So Marketing Made Easy Founders Club. It includes lead lightning. This is super important, right? So it includes lead lightning, but it also includes 9 quick wins, which are taking pieces that we showed you of the automations and applying them to your business. So I think fundamentally, excuse me, Jimmy. I think fundamentally there's 3 things that you need to be looking at doing